Tell me if you think this is fair. Um, my 8-year-old son had recently lost his mother, and the teacher, he's 8 years old, by the way. His teacher, the week that he was gone, dealing with the situation, the funeral, and everything, as he's gone, the teacher gets in front of the class and says, "Hey guys, Trey's mom died of a drug overdose." What kind of crazy nonsense is that? And in today's day and age, like, how can you let the stigma of something that happened to an 8-year old within suicides and stuff like that, and social media and stuff like that? Like, what if this got out and it just, consistently haunts him for the rest of his life? Like, it's totally, totally, totally crazy. Like, I have, she's had problems for the past year. We have a 2-year, my other son's almost 2.5, and I have an 8-year-old, and their mother, for the past, well, she passed away about 4 months ago. Well, um, even before that, about a year, a little bit more before that, she was out running, ripping, and leaving for amounts of time, like a month at a time, or this, and she would come back for a week, and then she would leave again, and it really, really broke my child's heart and really affected him dearly. Well, she went to jail for 6 months, and he'd go visit her and stuff like that, and she got out, and we hoped, she would be better. So she came home, and she stayed home for a couple of weeks, about 3 or 4 weeks, and then she started getting into the same habit. And then, you know, you get that phone call that everybody dreads that, hey, you know, Corinna's dead. And at that point on, my whole life totally changed. And I had to sit down and I had to look an 8-year-old boy in his face and say, "Listen, bud, something happened to your mother and she's not coming back, bud. Like, she's not coming back. You no longer are ever going to see your mother again alive in this world." And I have a 2-year-old son named Liam, and he is just the sweetest little boy in the world. And he is autistic, and he has speech delays, and it just has certain problems that he's dealing with. And one of these days, when he understands it and gets to it, then I'm going to have to explain to him that he doesn't have a mother. But for a teacher to go in front of a class and to say the things that he did, and is just crazy. I've tried to go and get lawyers and stuff like that. I mean, I can't just go and be like, "Hey, here's a lawyer, here's this amount of money to defend my case." So you have to try to call around and find somebody that would just do something like that on merit. And I'm not looking for money or anything like that. But if a lawyer had to sue to get his cut so he's happier, doing the job, then that was something that I would have to consider. But the school tries to sweep it under the rug, like, they said, "Hey, this is what happened," and he heard 7-year-old kids gossiping that my son's mother had died from a drug overdose. So he brought it up in class as a teachable moment. Teachable moment? How are you gonna teach? A teachable moment. My son comes home from school. Obviously, we didn't say, "Hey, Trey, your mom died of a drug overdose." So when he comes back home, he's like, "Hey, my mom died of drugs," and I'm like, "No, no, she didn't." And he's like, "Well, the teacher told me that, and the kids at school told me that," and stuff like that. And he had to get sent home from school a couple times because he was so sad about it. So this teacher gets no reprimand, nothing like that at all, and they just sweep it under the rug and try to make him look like the good guy. Like, come on now, please. And a lot of people complain every day. Single mothers, "Oh, dads ain't shit, dads ain't shit, dads ain't shit." Well, hey, I've tried to stick by my children and do the best I can by them. Wake up every day and be thankful for the day and just do as much as I can for my children every single day. And it's just crazy that, everything that's going on in this life, you know, and then for a teacher to be so insensitive to say something like that and make an 8-year-old go through something so crazy. So, if anybody would be willing to help, or if you know somebody that could help out in the situation, me, you know, my name's Darnell McCoy. I live in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. You can look up my Facebook account or anything like that, and you know, get in contact with me. But any help would be greatly appreciated, because you know, we're in a bind. You know, what you doing, Toots? Bakers, what are you doing? Whoa! But yeah, it's just crazy.